Right, welcome to our first video of the day. Of course, today we may do 3. I'm not so sure because again, I'm going somewhere to handle some other matters. So thank you so much for coming back to our platform always. We appreciate you every time, every minute, every second. Keep it up with us, and as we continue digging deep into social and political lives, among other things, of course, educational as part of our content, we'll be seeking into it. So I appreciate your presence all the time, and in case you don't get a time to watch our live stream, just feel free to watch our videos, no problem. But I thank you all the audience from India, from Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Brazil, among other nations. I appreciate your support. India, great time. America, we have some watch from there. Then we have others from Uganda, Rwanda, and Nigeria, alongside other places. So if you have not mentioned your country, don't feel bad, because we are together in this journey. So this is another great morning, 9:56. I'm almost preparing. By 10:40 or 11, I should be handling something else. So we start with Wajakoya. Of course, Wajakoya ran for the presidential seat last election. And I can't remember how many votes he got, because minor candidates don't even have anybody following up what they got. But I'll be researching to understand how many votes he got. Now, when he came with the manifesto, his manifesto had very funny stuff that is not in line with the Kenyan constitution. Among them was the fact of people rearing the wild animals, including snakes, to make money, planting weed, and there was also something to do with hyena, okay, rearing the hyena. So people actually found him, they started saying he's crazy, and I don't know what you feel up to now. Do you think Wajakoya was crazy or is crazy, or do you think he was just being pragmatic? Why did he bring such a manifesto to the Kenyans anyway? Now he is back to politics when 2027 is approaching. And is he crazy like he was, maybe in the perspective of some other people, or realistic as he was? Now he is holding so much onto winning. Barun, good morning. Vanshabana, thank you so much for showing up on my platform alongside Barun. Namaste. I'm very fine this morning, and I need to do this video so that I can prepare to get to other stuff, and maybe on the way to wherever I'll be going, I'll be recording some parts of videos to come and share them as a video. So I appreciate your presence, and thank you so much for showing up every time I'm here. Tandel, thank you so much for showing up. It's your boy Yak says they were beaten in school because they said Jesus was black. I don't know. Matters religion. People don't allow you to say what you wanna say. Rohitsva Tandel says, I'm from India. Namaste. Rohitsvan Tandel. Wycology. Hi, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Suresh, how are you? I'm fine. Good morning to you too. Barun says, yes, from Manipur, India. India has become one of the greatest niche for me. A lot of Indian friends actually watch me. I think I need to learn 1 or 2 things to communicate with you as you come to my channel, and I appreciate at least the first 10 minutes. I normally have a lot of Indian people coming to watch me, and I appreciate. Thank you so much, Suresh and Rohitsan Tandel. Of course, in classes, sometimes teachers depend on what they believe. If you say something that they don't believe, then some of them are going to punish you, especially when it comes to religious matters. They find it very untasted. However, when you come out and maybe you are now trying to create your own books, you can argue out anything and then prove your theory, whether you think Jesus was black or white or yellow or pink, whichever it is. True says India is densely populated and a poor country. All right. Vashbana, you are from? I said from Kenya. Furana says hello. That's the flag of Thailand or something. I'm not so sure. True. Are you Muslim or Christian? Christian, of course. Kenya, majority we are Christian, though there is Muslim also. Bushbana, nice. All right, so let's begin our reaction. We already 5 minutes down the lane. So let's go through it. And of course, I had started with Wajakoya. Wajakoya, I don't know. How many of you know Professor Wajakoya? He says he has studied 17 degrees. 17, can you imagine? Wycology, happy to connect with you. Happy to connect you also. Furana says, La ilaha Muhammad Rasulullah. All right, so inshallah, Furana. And we will be starting right away. True says, I'm a Muslim from Birmingham, England. That's great. Actually, most people don't go to Muslim while in England. I don't know. Hayo maji si kidogo sana. Ama ni ya kuwekea maua. Oh. Nimefikiri ni ya kuoga. Yeah, so welcome. Yeah, Wycology. One person with 17 degrees, I was like, why? He should have given other people those degrees, right? David Juma says, hello, Mwalimu, you helped me revise KCSE. I really did. Thank you so much. If it helped you, that's my happiness. Vishabana. Please get to my email. That's I communicate more on email. mercyprika@yahoo.com. So you can get me on email. It's a better way of communication than WhatsApp. WhatsApp, sometimes you get to have people calling so much, even when you are on a live stream. But Gmail is okay, right? Yeah, so David Juma, welcome, and thank you so much. I hope our revision schedule helped you, and we'll be going on to some other matters. So Wajakoya with 17 degrees, let's hear what he says. Currently, he's holding on to Winnie Odinga, the daughter of Raila Odinga. Whatever reason, let's check on him. Recently, he was at Opoda Farm mourning, or rather giving the last kind of tribute to Raila Odinga. So let's check on this. Thank you so much. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate. So let's check on this and what he says.
Winnie! If you are running your mouth on Winnie, Omera, try me. Walai. We have been in detention. We have been in jail. I've dug graves in London. I've done what I've done. I was a security guard. But God bestowed me. Mama, recently I got my second doctorate in public law and public policy from one of the top universities in the US. And that was my 17th degree. And as if that was not enough, Mama, when I came to study, when I came back, people thought this one, alikuwa ni mtu ya kuvuta bangi. So I decided again to enroll at Nairobi University. And I graduated again to show them that it's not only England and US that I went to law school, but I can as well go here and pass. And I passed and I got postgraduate, whatever. I also went to Kenya School of Law and I finished. And now I'm a lawyer here. And again I repeat, whoever does, mentions, or tries to, akiwa ni uwinjo, Jomat Nkotto Gicha, you point at Winnie. You are pointing at the younger generation in this country. Winnie, yeye ndio Gen Z. She is the Gen Z ya sasa. Mama, asante sana.
Mungu kwa jiko.
Hiyo ni kanjeni is the...
All right, guys. So Wajakoya says that he's now studied 17 degrees. Guys, can you be able to take 17 degrees? And in fact, not Winnie, Mama Ida was surprised. Let's just listen.
Is the party leader of Ruto's party, and these are some of his people. Wajakoya is a great thinker. A man with 17 degrees. How many did you say there? Surely, can't you give us even one, or give us a half, huh? So that we can also share. What are you doing with 17 degrees, surely? If making only 1 degree is a problem. Thank you very much, everybody. It is a great pleasure to have you here this afternoon. I'm happy to see you, all of you. I'm happy to see, I call it Wajakoya's group. And I'm happy to see the County Assembly Service Board and the Okello girls. Good to see you. I think everybody is covered. And the border people, Karibuni. Now,
All right, so that is the day. That is the day Professor George Wajakoya, Professor Wajakoya got to Opoda Farm to mourn the death, or rather, I think that is the second attendance, because during the funeral he was there. But 17 degrees, guys, what for? Hey, Ecology says he is counting report forms from nursery, primary, secondary as degrees. No. Ecology, no. He has done 17 degrees when he was in Germany. Do you know it is possible when you're in Germany you can enroll even for 5 degrees at a go? You can enroll for 5 degrees, one in nursing, another one in law, another one in something else, public relations. As far as you have money to pay those universities and you are able to study, no one will block you. So Ecology doesn't believe. Ecology says maybe Wajakoya actually is counting report forms from nursery, primary to secondary. No. It's crazy. Actually, he's not the first person to declare having so many degrees, though many others have not reached that number. I've seen people have said they have acquired 7 degrees or 10. And it's not just 1 degree. All right? Sorry for that. So, Wajakoya actually, when he came to Opoda Farm to mourn the death of Raila Odinga, had to reveal how many degrees he has got. Now, I just wonder what motivates him to get so many degrees, because even if you study for so many degrees, you can only have 1 job at a time. So what is the need of so many degrees? Maybe I can have, that is a degree plus postgraduate plus PhD. I think he's counting degree, postgraduate plus PhD, and in different fields. However, I don't think that's necessary, because even if you study for 17 degrees, are you going to use all of them at work? But it is what it is. Yeah, you can only use 1 degree at a go. You don't use like 2 degrees at a time, right? Yeah, so that's the reality. So I don't know why Wajakoya actually gets to have 17 degrees or where he will use it, because if he wants to practice law, he can only use law. He doesn't have to use a law degree with public relations with something else, or maybe public relations and many others, procurement among others. So let us just check. There is something I want us to check right here. During the funeral, this is what happened, and we saw during the public viewing of the body. This is what he said, and let's check.
the final destination is that. So he's left me as an orphan. I was holding on him. I was learning from him. Everything that you see about me is from Raila and Raila's father. I don't know how you're going to fill in that gap. Raila's shoes are too big to fill. And I cannot even move near there because they are big shoes. We pray that whatever is stood for, we shall continue with this legacy. Questions?
Stands out for you.
He's a man of honesty, he has integrity, and he loves his enemies. There are those who abused him, called him names, and at the end of the day, you see him laughing with them and embracing them and even appointing them to be part of him. So that's one thing that I've learned from him. That's why I've said that my party, and as I prepare to run for the elections in 2027, I've instructed those who believe in me, those who believe in what we do, not to abuse RUTO, not to abuse Raila, not to abuse Gachagua, but to impress each other. We need some kind of talk to Kenyans. We don't need to abuse each other. We need to tell Kenyans what we can do for them. And collectively, not just somebody. I can see a lot of my friends and my colleagues are now coming up to form groups to take over power. Yes, it's a good thing. But none of them has ever come to me to ask me what Roots Party stands for. That's why I'm not joining any of those fellows. Thank you. The next question.
All right, guys. So, of course, as I was saying, what I was saying is to relate what actually Wajakoyo did during the present visit and during the burial moment. So I was just comparing the two. Now, if you see what Wajakoyo says, it's consistent. The other time he talked about the fact of actually having come up because of Raila Odinga and the fact that he sustained him. Of course, he talked about the fact that whoever made him arrive in Germany was the father to Raila Odinga. And then when he arrived in Germany, he was able to study several courses and make it in life. That even though he did a lot of different courses, out of the visitation to Germany, he was able to do a lot. Now, if you look at Wajakoya compared to this other guy, there is this guy who abuses the leaders in Kenya. Almost everybody, according to him, is a wrong person. He also vied for presidential seat, and he also helped in the swearing in of Baba in the illegal, rather what is considered illegal. Yeah? That is Miguna, right? Yeah. So when you compare Wajakoya and Miguna, actually, Wajakoya seems to be mild, talking about the fact of peace. And I don't understand why many Kenyan leaders abuse each other. Like, they stand on a platform, they don't talk about what they'll do. Rather, they begin to point fingers and call names. Even the word soprano, the other one says you used to be a thief. If someone used to be a thief, why were they not arrested, for example? So it is very funny, actually, for someone to stand and say that you are stealing maize as I don't know where. You used to be this and you don't know. You know, it becomes a throw or a backlash that is not helping us as citizens. And how I wish that, as Wajakoya is saying, that the leaders in Kenya would talk to each other. Let them show us that you can actually compete in peace. Because we have seen football, we have seen music festivals, we have seen drama festivals. Schools compete in peace. You are not rivals of each other forever. But they cheat us, and some citizens get confused and get emotional. But later on, we see them joining hands and working together. So who turns out to be a fool? It is the citizens. Citizens actually turn out to be fools, because while we were so emotionally charged for a given party, this party goes together and works with the government. Then now we are left wondering what is what. And that is exactly what ODM has faced. No wonder up to now we have several parties in ODM. And in fact, Wajakoya was saying, there is a video where he has said that ODM is divided. Because there are those who still hold on principles, and there are those who still hold on broad-based government. And I think I saw him speaking somewhere. I think this one. Let's watch the last one for Miguna before we come back to Sifuna and other people. So let's listen to this.
Lakini mimi watu wengine wamelishwa keki au wamejalishwa keki. Wameenda hospitali au hawajaenda hospitali. Baba amekufa ama hajakufa. ODM imetengana ama haijatengana. Lakini mimi niko na mtoto wa baba, Winnie Odinga. Na hiyo kiwango ya ODM pande hiyo ya Winnie iko na Roots Party. Manake Roots Party ni sister ya ODM. Nilikuwa sister mdogo wakati baba alikuwa amefanya nini? Yuko. Na ndio kwa maana nilikuwa nimejifinya sitembei. Lakini kwa vile baba ameenda, walagai wanasema broad-based government imewaletea nini? Broad-based government imewaletea nini? Kuna mama wa Kongo hapa. Kuna masingle mother hapa. Ukienda serikali zingine, hao mama wanapewa pesa za serikali. Ukienda serikali zingine, watu ambao hawana kazi wanapewa jobless allowance for 6 months, watafute kazi ama serikali watafutie kazi. Sisi kazi yetu hapa ni kuombana. Wewe mheshimiwa umekuwa hapo, tukimbie. Mimi ustai. I am very pure. Clean hapa. Ndio kwa maana naambianga Ruto, if you are wrong, you are wrong. Lakini simtusi. Ukiwa ni mbaya, wewe ni mbaya, rekebisha, ambia Faruk kwamba Kenya ni kubwa kushinda yeye. Nimesema ama sijasema? Na sauti ya demokrasia ilitoka Pwani. Ilitoka Kilifi. Ilitoka kwa marehemu Ronald Gala. Aliposimama imara akasema sisi tunataka majimbo. Tunataka ugatuzi. Ndio kwa maana sisi wanarusi tunataka majimbo ya ukweli, sio county governments ambao magavana wanaibia makandarasi, wanakataa kulipa wafanyikazi wa county, alafu wanakaa hapa na magari kubwa kubwa. Mnataka hivyo mnataka hivyo. Sasa la mwisho kabisa ningependa kwamba utaangalia mapastors wote. Wewe ingia bunge 2027 tunarudi kura ya president. Kwa hao mapastors ningetaka Pastors Association tikio tutapata MCS watatu. Yule nominated wa 4 atakuwa mtu ya Mungu. Shehe namshukuru sana. Diwani wa Jaribu. Alikuja akaniambia profesa, huyu mtu hajamuibia mtu. Angalia shati yake, angalia viatu. Lakini yeye yote yako nayo amesaidia wananchi. Alafu akaniambia ati daktari, nikasema bana huyu hawezi kuwa daktari. Nilienda kufanya research, kumbe ni medical doctor. Daktari mzima. Ambaye anatibu watu.
All right, so that was Wajakoyo in Magarini yesterday, talking about ODM as being a brink of collapse. And many people don't want this reality. But I'm telling you, I don't think ODM will ever be the same again. And even currently when you speak about situations in ODM, people don't want to hear it. You know, truth is so bitter. If you want to be an enemy of the people, give the truth to them and you will not be their friend. And that is why you are seeing some people being attacked left and right. People like Ndindi Nyoro, when they speak, people are not listening. But there is a lot of reality. You know, I heard Ndindi Nyoro speaking yesterday about the budget aspect, and I thought, where is this coming from? Only to wake up and find that indeed, the government has used almost 80% of the money allocated for State House. I was like, really? Is this how we are going to move to the first world country? Are we really destined to that as Kenya? Because it is so tricky to say one thing and act in a different lane. I think actions speak louder than words. But most times in Kenya, I think people go with words and forget about actions. Now, when you look at what is happening in the State House budgetary, and maybe other governors and other people then will follow suit. Because if they hear what has happened in the State House, then what do you expect elsewhere? Yeah? So, Wajakoya says, peace, peace, peace. Indeed, peace is very important. And how do we gain peace? We gain peace when there is justice, democracy, and, equality, or rather equity. So how I wish Kenya acquires this sort of things in their bag. Anyway, I want us to look at that aspect of the budgetary for the national government, and I'll be talking about it. So, of course, Mbadi came up to share what has happened in the budgetary. And I don't know whether he's going to be so happy about what is happening, because currently he has been supporting the incidences right there. But anyway, let's check on this. This is the post that was given by this guy, Ephraim Jagen Fan. Yeah, so you look at that. Just 4 months into financial year, State House has exhausted 81% of its annual budget. Even the DP's office has exhausted 63%. A fish wrote from the head, is this how to create first world country? Actually, yesterday, Ephraim Njenga posted that. And I think it was after Ndindi Nyoro also shared something about what is happening in Kenya. We are really having our president walking around saying how much he has achieved and also planning more. But the reality on the ground is that we have failed. How can a government use 80% in the first 3 months of its budget? Where is the rest of the money coming that will sustain the 9 months that will come later? The budget month is June, right? And now we have July, August, September. Maybe let's say the money was used since July, August, September, October. I don't know. I don't know even how to count. I'm getting confused. Now you find that the State House has exhausted 81%. And I'm going to show you the figures. Now when you look at the Vice President's office, they have also used 63% of their money. Now we have been asking a lot of questions and people said we shouldn't ask. Like you are asking questions about where is this money that is being distributed when people go to State House? Where is this money for empowerment coming from? Where is this money to bribe the voters? And people are saying it is personal money. But how comes the budget in State House and the budget in the Deputy President's office is exhausted? What is happening? New White Room Hotel says, remind me, noon time, I will send $900K. Really? Okay. So let me be checking on this. Now we see from the budget, let me just show you the numbers. Actually, this is the budgetary expenditure, the money in and the money out. What was originally in and what is out. Look at this. Look at this. The State House R1017 was allocated 7,681,901,432 Kenyan shillings. Up to now, they have already used 6,202,114,281.95 cents. And you can see other departments as well. Look at the National Treasury. 48,099,499,588,000. They have taken out 17,101,081. All right. Now you can look at other departments if you want. You can look at other departments. The Executive Office of President, we have 4,520,303. Then the one that is used is 1,189,653. So you can check on other figures, right? Yeah. Now, when you look at this state of affairs in Kenya, it's so unfortunate, right? A lot of money has been used already in the shortest time possible. In the shortest time possible, money has been used. And this is what now we got from the... There's something here I wanted to share.
church by some men and women of cloth as they dance around him. Here's a tip.
That is the president with the clergy, right? The president with the clergy, and here again. Oh my God.
He's always there playing cards with some girls, isn't it? Yes, I'm saying this, I can defend in court.
You can defend that in court?
I can defend in court. I see him there. I'm always there with other people like my friend Dennis Sarigo. You can ask him. We watch football in the same club. I can mention more names.
What is wrong with plays cards with girls?
But you see what's happening? How can you be playing cards with the girls in a restaurant and young people are not getting jobs? If they are in job, then...
New White House room or hotel. I know it's a joke. I know it's a joke because no one can really have even that sort of money. So it's a joke, I know. So no problem. Anyway, it is what it is. Now, you've seen about the discussion on some of the leaders in parliament, in government. And how I wish that people out there... All right. So we may have to cut short our discussion because we are into 32 minutes, but the calls are there. I'm supposed to go somewhere. So there is an insistence that we go and handle whatever situation it is. Yet I was supposed to pass by an office. I don't know what I'll do now here. And so you see the discussion around some of the leaders in government. The fact that they are busy recreating and celebrating while citizens are suffering, it's so unfortunate for our nation, all right? It's so unfortunate. Now, I just want to show you the fact that, as Wajakoya is saying, I don't know why the politics of Kenya are so abusive. And yesterday, I think, they are concluding is it yesterday or today morning, the conclusion on campaigns. So let's just watch something here briefly, quickly, and then I should be getting ready to go.
Ya MCA kule kwa Wetangula. Nilikuwa kwa Wetangula juzi akapiga marisasi. Lakini mmoja nione watu wa Panyako hapa sasa Panyako. Watu wetu know what you're doing. Unaniambia jana ati mimi sitaki kutembea na Waluya wenzangu. Wetangula, kama kupenda ndugu zako, mpeleka hospitali, NHIF inalipa, si ndio? Pato inalipa ama hakuna? Edu afya iko? Ni nani alitoa? Wao honyo no. Amesaidia maskini, ameua maskini. Amesaidia mama mboga, ameua mama mboga. Mnanituma Nairobi nienda. Na nimesikia wanalia huku ndani ati msipochagua huyo mzee watafutwa kazi. Kwani mshahara mnakula na wao? Wakwende huko, hatutaki kuwaona. Si namna hiyo. Kwa hivyo wasitutishe ati tutafutwa. Si Joho ni yule alikuwa anasema hawezi fanya kazi na Ruto. Anajipiga kisua, anasema mimi nisukume wheelbarrow. Safari hii ametolewa viatu, suruali, t-shirt, anasukuma. Niseme nisiseme, nitoboe nisitoboe. Yule mwingine anaitwa Hassan Joho. Nimesikia juzi ametukana Kalonzo Musyoka sana. Kalonzo sio mwizi. He's not a thief. Wewe kwanza ni simba wa circus.
Sisi tumekuzoea Mombasa. The only development ile kitu umefanya Mombasa utakumbukwa nayo ni kuleta Alikiba. Maendeleo kubwa amefanya. Wewe Hassan Joho.
You call it a campaign rally, Gachagwa's team call it a potential assassination site and prepared accordingly.
Hii ujinga mmefanya leo ndio itafanya Maskonde apite asubuhi. Si ndio? Si ndio? Atapita.
You see, on November 24th, Rigathi Gachagua entered Narok County under a cloud of threats, hostility.
All right, so as we almost end that, of course, I was even unable to show what Kindiki did because of time, and I'm rushing somewhere. Let us just see how Sifuna and Onyonka walked out on Sakaja during the drilling moment, and then we'll call it a day. So, of course, we have been seeing a war between Sifuna and Sakaja big time, and Sakaja was being protected by, most times by who? By the former Baba before his death. But recently, it has come out to be so pronounced. Let's see this.
I doubt anybody sitting on that side banks with CDM. I'll be very shocked.
Yeah, let's not personalize this question.
I'm just saying.
You know, I don't know what grade the senator has.
I'm just saying.
It's not fair for the senator of Nairobi to talk over the committee.
Please.
Please allow us to go through our program the way.
This is not about Elgeyo Marakwet. This is about Nairobi. When your governor is here, you will take over
we also live here. We also live in Nairobi.
She's not from
So you are not answerable to the
She's not from Elgeyo Marakwet.
We cannot allow the senator of Nairobi to divert us from our agenda. So as a committee chair, can you guide us and we finish our agenda?
Mama Chair, I don't think anybody in this committee should be a gatekeeper for anybody. We are here to get the facts, and the facts will set us free.
I know for a fact Kamar doesn't bank with CDM.
I don't.
You can't put public money in places where you can't put private
why are we insisting on number 5? We still have questions that have not been answered.
No. Wait, hold on.
Allow us to finish.
Okay, order. First, switch off your mic first, Mama Professor. Please, with all due respect. Well, Professor, please switch off your let's have some normalities. What is the issue? The issue is we're almost done. It's the only thing I'm seeing is this business to do with the dish county school feeding.
All right. So that is when governors are being asked questions they should answer. And sometimes they don't have answers to give anybody. So we have gone into 40 minutes only. But we'll be coming back in the evening to discuss other political matters. Let me just go where I should go. And then I'll be coming back to handle what I've not covered, both social and political. Thank you so much for watching edutainment for us. And you can watch our videos. We have posted so many over days. Goodbye. Have a good day. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Huyu sasa ananiharakisha na nafaa nipitie